let's say diplomas, high diplomas, postgraduate diplomas, MA, MPP, and before PhD, you know. So that is, Sakadagami, Maggan Fala. First, Sota Maggan Fala, Sakadagami Maggan Fala, Anagami Maggan Fala, and Arahat Maggan Fala. So the path and the fruition. So altogether, except the last one, there are altogether 7 achievements. The final achievement is the total freedom, Arahat. So that's the enlightenment. The total comprehension or realization of the mental physical phenomena, real world, entire about the being and the world. So that is it. That is actually the stand that this course has at Aryatangika Magga. The Buddha remarked, stated to the fivefold ascetics who were the first disciples, that the Buddha had given up, avoided the 2 extremes, 2 wrong courses. 2 extremes Gadanta by realizing their drawbacks. So why did the Buddha give up wrong courses? Because they lead to drawbacks, shortcomings, and the ultimate fruit of Buddha's path, or let's say, according to Avati, education, Buddha's education cannot be achieved. That's why the Buddha gave up 2 extremes with the realization of their drawbacks. He of course followed these courses, no? So he was in the lap of luxury, that is one extreme, Kamasukallikana Yoga, self-indulgence, and from there he just went to follow a very extreme course called Attakilamata, self-mortification. But he couldn't achieve the expected results. Therefore, he followed the middle path, Majjhima Patipada, the right course. So he chose the right course after maybe 6-7 years, and then followed it very well and achieved the fruit of it, and became the highest teacher or master of the 3 worlds, Tilo Guru, master of the 3 worlds, human, Deva and Brahma. He became the master of the 3 worlds by following the middle path, Majjhima Patipada, and achieving the results, highest results. So this Majjhima Patipada produces spiritual insight and intellectual wisdom. Spiritual insight and intellectual wisdom. In short, right concepts or thoughts and right wisdom. To see, that is to see things. Things means mental, physical phenomena. They are the 2 things. If you analyze the whole world, there are only 2 facets, mental, physical. To see the things as they really are. It's not a creation. It's not an addition. It's not a distortion. It's just a realization of as it is. Jata Bhuta Jnana. The real nature of being and real nature of existence and the real nature of mental physical phenomena. Tilakkana, in other words, Anicca Dukkha Anatta of the mental qualities, Anicca Dukkha Anatta of the physical qualities. And the main syllabus is known as 4 Noble Truths. And the last one is, first one, suffering, original suffering, end of suffering, and the path leading to the end of suffering. So what is the path leading to the end of suffering? I mean, that is middle path. Thus the middle path leads to suppression. destruction of passions, and the multiplication of wisdom and peace. Leads to suppression, and let's say we can say suppression and destruction, or let's say elimination. You can add that word of passions, all the defilements, all the impurities that cover the mind, that hinder, cover, overwhelm mind from seeing the reality of mental physical phenomena, and is the multiplication or proliferation or increase of wisdom and peace, real mental peace. Finally, Aryatangika Magga, or let's say middle path, leads to attainment of the 4 supramundane paths. They are the achievements of Buddhist education. Supramundane paths of sainthood, holyhood, or mental, let's say, purity. That's the realization of the noble truths. Chatu Arya Satya. They are known as Chatu because 4. Satya means the reality. And noble means that is, there is no any other Satya beyond that. That's the only one. So this is not actually an invention, a creation of the Buddha. That is the nature. Okay, so with the realization of the 4 noble truths, that is the realization of Nibbana, the ultimate goal of Buddhist teaching, Buddhist education, ultimate goal. Therefore, the middle path clarifies insight, jnana, wisdom, and sharpens, middle path sharpens or deepens the intellect, the real intellect, leading to the understanding of everything in its true perspective of right view, true perspective, true view, true dimension of right view, samadhi. It's not that easy to have a real right view of the world. Samadhi, right thought, samma sankappa, to have right thoughts without corrupt or even directly, indirectly, or even the minute or subtle corrupt defilements are not there. So, right thoughts, right speech, samma vacha, that is the behavior. Right action, samma kammanta, that is the behavior. Right livelihood, that is the behavior. Right conduct for the welfare of oneself and others, the entire society. And right effort, samma vayam, it's here that the mental development or the process of mental development begins. Samma vayam. Right mindfulness, samma sati, and right concentration, samma samadhi. So right mindfulness and right concentration, samma sati and samma samadhi, are the techniques, the main foundations that one needs to practice samma vayama. Otherwise, no one can practice samma vayama without right mindfulness and right concentration to higher development. So these are the factors that should be understood, realized, practiced, realized in the middle path. This is actually Pali. I'm not going to read Pali. You can read. Katamacha sa bhikkave majjima patipada tathagatena avisambuddha. So chakku karani, jnana karani, upasamaya, abhinyaya, sambodhya, nibbana. So like that. So that is actually mentioned in the Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta, Samyutta Nikaya. Dhammacakkappavattana, Dhamma is the doctrine. Chakka means wheel. wheel Parthan is setting or putting it to action. So Dhammacakkappavattana means setting up the wheel of Dhamma in motion. Setting up the wheel of Dhamma in motion. You put the Dhammacakka to roll. So that was the first discourse. First lesson, let's say, first lesson to the first 5 pupils taught by the great master of the 3 worlds at a temporary school that is set up at Isipatana Migadaya in the Deer Park. Okay, without any whiteboard, microphone, video, writing pens, but just discoursing and others listening. Okay, so let's move. Now let me talk about the significance of the middle path. Actually, why it is known as middle path? That is to understood against the other 2 paths. Other 2 paths that were existing at the time of the Buddha, even the Buddha, Siddhartha, ascetic Gautama became the Buddha. So the 2 extremes that existed, Kamasukallikana Yoga, that is over enjoyment of sensual pleasures, or self-indulgence or self-gratification. And that was known by the Buddha as Hino Gammo Potugjaniko Anaryo Anatta Sanghito. So Hino means very low. Gammo means very base, low, mean. Potugjaniko connected too much with the worldly life, worldlings, Potugjan. Anaryo, ignoble, not noble. Anatta Sanghito, profitless. And finally, no mental highest attainment at all. And regarding the other extreme, that is Attakilamata, self-mortification or self-austerities, or giving so much pain and hard practice to body and trying to eliminate defilements. But criticizing this, Buddha didn't use the first 3 words that was used with Kamasukallikana Yoga. So Buddha didn't say regarding that course, self-mortification, Hino Gammo Potugjanko. Buddha didn't use these 3. Hino Gammo Potugjanko, low, base, low, vulgar, and connected with wordlings. So those 2 are not attached to or connected to Attakilamata, because it was unlike Kamasukallikana Yoga, the ordinary person cannot practice Attakilamata. But Buddha says, just removing Hino Gammo Potugjaniko, Buddha says, Anaryo Dukkho Anatta Sanghito. Okay, so however, they were leading to no good fruits, no final fruits. Therefore, middle path was discovered by the great teacher and discoursed it to the pupils, first 5 pupils, then 1 pupil, 6, and altogether 54, altogether 60. First 60 Arhantas. The school became bigger. So the middle path avoids, removes, or rejects the extremes of sensual indulgence. Sensual indulgence, that is Kamasukallikana, and austerities, Attakilamata. That means is often described as the practice of non-extremism. So middle path is the practice of non-extremism, a path of moderation, and it's also known as path of moderation, middle, via media, middle path. That is known so the path of moderation because it is away from the extremes of self-indulgence and self-mortification. Kama Sukhalikani Yoga and Atta Kilamatani Yoga. You know, usually Brahmanism practice Kama Sukhalikani Yoga and Jainism practice Atta Kilamata, no? Okay, so we are talking about the significance of middle path. Number two, middle path, so via media or path of moderation or middle path is identified as a path for mug, a course, a training course for pupil who has gone forth, who has left the worldly life, household life, who has renounced. That means not a lay person, but a monk or nun. Who has gone forth is that. From the household life, that means from home into homelessness. Although lay life is centered on this path as well. Truly speaking, middle path is, or in other words, Aryattangika Magga can totally be followed finally by one who has gone forth, one who has left the worldly life. Although certain parts can be practiced by a lay follower. Number three, it refers to here middle path. Middle path does not mean having a biased view, partial view. Partial view means, one-sided view, one-faceted view, one-dimensional view, narrow view, or superficial understanding, just a mere understanding, but a deep understanding, a real understanding. It lays great emphasis. Actually, it has no religion. It has no particular religion. It has no fundamentalism. Middle path lays great emphasis, significant focus on human thoughts and actions, not on the actions of external power, supernatural being, God or creator, not even on the thoughts of the master, but human thoughts and actions. Human thoughts and actions. Development of mind and development of body. Human thoughts refers to development of mind. Actions mean development of body, which is based on mind. Number four, it is concerned with the relationship between thoughts and behavior. Middle path is centered on the relationship, mediation, interconnection between thoughts and behavior, mind and mental behavior and bodily behavior. See, we just look at the Noble Eightfold Path, Samma Vacha, Samma Kammanta, Samma, let's say, especially the Sila Kanda is concerned with behavior. And the relationship between behavior and its consequences. So let's repeat. So middle path connects, or it shows the relationship, or it develops the relationship between thoughts and behavior, and also the relationship between behavior and its consequences. Good behavior, good consequence. Bad behavior, bad consequences. Consequence means vipaka, results. Especially middle path concerned with good thoughts, wholesome thoughts, right thoughts, and right behavior. And also the relationship between wholesome, right, good behavior and their wholesome, good consequences. And there you see the causal relation, Patichampada, theory. Number 5 is the righteous way of life. But this middle path is the righteous way, dhammika, righteous way of life. Even in the society and even in the that's mundane life, even in the supra-mundane life, Lokiya and Lokuttara. So this righteous way of life does not accept or advocate the acceptance of decrees, acceptance of judgments, or given by someone else outside oneself. That means not at all based on the theory of creation or God, or doesn't claim any external force, a divinity or supernatural being, almighty creator. But all these lies within the human capacity. So this is a well-planned course. Middle path is a well-planned course of inward development. Inward development. It's through the inward development that the outward development is expressed. So it is a well-planned, well-designed, wisely planned course of inward development and progress that make real progress in the righteous way and insight by following it. So the end result is the righteousness and insight, wisdom. So unlike the present education system, the present education system provides only knowledge. We can't say insight. Let's say just merely wisdom, but no righteous behavior, just the knowledge. Only the head, but the heart is forgotten. So here this one is both righteousness and Vidya Charana, right knowledge and right conduct. It adopts, it uses, middle path uses and advocates, or let's say suggests the noble eightfold path that nurtures, that looks after a set of right actions. Right, that is the most important thing. Right actions, wholesome actions leading to righteousness and wisdom. It's not just being silent and staying with eyes closed and cross-legged. No, that is a technique, but it's a realization of as wisdom and then put that into action and come into the society and teach it. The middle path gives vision, knowledge, jnana dassana, vision and knowledge and vision, no jnana dassana, and leads to peace, real peace in mind, insight, enlightenment. Enlightenment is actually a fully lighted mind without any darkness at all. And to Nibbana, that is the summum bonum, that's sort of Latin word, that is the summum bonum of Buddhism. What do you mean by the summum bonum? The final aim, final result. That is the final aim of Buddhist philosophy of education. So that is the significance of middle path. So let's move on to, so what is the middle path? It is none other than the noble eightfold path, Aryattanga Magga. The four noble truths are dukkha, its origin, dukkha samudaya, its cessation, nirodha, the path leading to cessation, Gamini Patipada. So we should say the noble truth of dukkha, dukkha ariya satya, the noble truth of its origin, dukkha samudaya satya. So that way. So in short, dukkha, its origin, cessation or end, and the way or path leading to its end or cessation. So what's the path leading to this cessation? Dukkha nirodha gamini patipada ariya satya. That is none other than the middle path. So what's the middle path? That is the Noble Eightfold Path. So that's why Arahat Mahatera Sariputta says that the noble, four noble truths, Chaturya Satya has all the Buddhist teachings. If you explain it fully, analytically, it contains all the teachings of the Buddha Dhamma. Okay, so the middle path with its factors, 8 factors, is elaborated. Elaborated means described in detail in the suttas like Magga Vibhanga Sutta, Sankta Nikaya, Vibhanga Sutta, Same Nikaya, Satya Vibhanga Sutta, Majjhima Nikaya, Mahasatipattana Sutta, and there are 2 Digha Nikaya and Majjhima Nikaya, Chula Vedala Sutta, Majjhima Nikaya. The path which includes the 8 factors is classified into 3 constituents, 3 sections, 3 divisions as Sila, Samadhi, Panya, morality, concentration and wisdom. So it's known as Tisikha. Not by the Buddha actually. So Buddha did not classify this, so divide this into 3. Who did it? As Sila, Samadhi, Panya. By Theri Dhammadinna, Arahat Theri Dhammadinna. So when she was discoursing to, explaining Dhamma to a former husband, Visakha, so she actually summarized the Noble Eightfold Path, Aryatta Magga into 3. Sila, Samadhi, Panya. So that is mentioned in the Chula Vedala Sutta of Majjhima Nikaya. So when it was reported to the Buddha endorsed it, approved it, accepted it. So keep in mind that it was put into 3 divisions, constituents by Dhammadinna Arahat Theri. So what are the 8 factors? Right speech, right action, and 3 constituents, 3 parts. Right speech, right action, right livelihood. Samma vacha, samma kammanta, samma ajiva. So right speech has 4 development of 4 wholesome speech. Right action, 3 wholesome action. Right livelihood, refrain from all the evil businesses, trading type of living, but wholesome. And all these 3 come under the aggregate of virtue, Sila Kanda. So Samma Vacha, Samma Kammanta, Samma Ajiva belong to the Sila factor, Sila section. Right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration. Samma Vayama, Samma Sati, Samma Samadhi are in the aggregate of concentration, Samadhi section. And Samma Ditti and Samma Sankappa, right here, right thought, come under the aggregate of discernment. Discernment is Panya. So Sila, Samadhi, Panya. Sila has 3 constituents, Samadhi has 3 and 3, 6, and Panya has 2, 6 and 2, 8. So right view, right thought. So that is Panya. Right speech, right action, right livelihood. So that is morality section, and Samma Vayama, Samma Samadhi, concentration, Samadhi section. Okay. So this path, Noble Eightfold Path, is well elaborated in the Magga Vibhanga Sutta, Samyutta Nikaya. So these are the path factors. Right view, Samma Ditti, Kata Macha Bhikkave, Samma Ditti. What is Samma Ditti? Yanko Bhikkave Dukke Jnanam, so that we can read. Right view is the understanding of the four noble truths. What is right view? Samma Ditti. Samma Ditti is the realization, a very deep knowledge, real understanding of the four noble truths. Dukkha, Samudaya, Nirodha, Gamini, Patipada. Knowledge with regard to Dukkha, knowledge with regard to origin of Dukkha, stress is Dukkha. Actually, English words are not capable enough to convey the real meaning, what is intended in Pali terms. Let's say Dukkha, knowledge is the knowledge with regard to Dukkha, knowledge with regard to origin of Dukkha, knowledge with regard to the cessation of Dukkha, and the knowledge with regard to, it's not the mere knowledge, a sort of wisdom, no, like knowledge with regard to the way of practice leading to the end of Dukkha. So right view is that. Right view is Samma Ditti is of several types. There are basically four types. Basically two types. Mundane Samma Ditti and supramundane Samma Ditti. Lokya and Lokuttara. So this is one aspect of supramundane or transcendental Lokuttara Samma Ditti. Lokuttara. So there is a 10-factored mundane Samma Ditti, Lokya. I will explain that. You will see. So right view, Samma Ditti with regard to the Four Noble Truths. Okay, that is Lokuttara, supramundane or transcendental. This is mentioned in the Mahasatipatthana Sutta of Digha Nikaya and Mahavibhanga Sutta of Samyutta Nikaya. So, Mahachatta Risaka Sutta, Majjhima Nikaya, shows that leader, it doesn't mean that it's the only one thing, but it's the forerunner, foremost thing, the most important one, pioneer. Forerunner means run ahead, others are coming behind it. Forerunner of all the path factors. Actually, right view is the case, not a case, it's the main thing. Wrong view is a big thing in the world. Michcha Jiva. And don't think that even now most of the ordinary Buddhist followers say that other cults or other faiths, other beliefs have wrong view, Michcha Ditti, and Buddhist followers have right view, Samma Ditti. No, it is not so. Even the Buddhist followers have wrong view, Michcha Ditti. That's why, that is actually a very big problem. That's why, almost all the problems in the world, in individual life, family life, social life, economic, professional, cultural, religious, political, and environmental life, all the evil things are committed. Killing, stealing, sexual misconduct, killing people, exploiting, destroying the world, exploitation, bad administration, bad governance, wars, bombing, all these are connected with wrong view. directly, indirectly, wrong view. So wrong view is a big case. Okay. Okay, right view. Therefore, right view is the forerunner of all the path factors. So when you describe, when I describe, just introduce you the mundane right view, you will know that there are 10 factors in the mundane right view. Lokiya Samadikti. So anyway, right view is the forerunner of all the path factors. Among the 8 factors, Samadikti is the forerunner of the 7 factors. Right view is therefore placed first or foremost, most significant, because it is the right understanding or right knowledge that guides and directs all other factors. All other factors come into being because of this. So you have wrong livelihood because of wrong view. You have wrong actions because of wrong view. That's why we say this is the leader, others come behind. Therefore, in the practice of the path, a practitioner, follower, student, pupil, a disciple needs vision and understanding, not the highest vision. Vision and understanding based on right view. Based on right view. Not directly the supramundane, transcendental right view. But even you should have an idea, a knowledge. So needs vision and understanding based on right view. Why? In order to travel along the path correctly. Travel along the path correctly. And there are, certain religions in the world that pushes the follower, maybe the extreme followers, to kill other people, to make the God happy. There are such teachings. There are such teachings. And there are some certain ethics that brings harms to other followers, but bring happiness to the God's followers. There are certain teachings. There are certain sections in their holy teachings. So I saw one very good saying. I can't remember the scholar or the wise person who has said this. So it says that if your religion wants you to kill and harm others, you need a new religion. You need to change your religion. So that's a very nice saying. So I'm not criticizing any religion, but honestly speaking, there are certain things. That's because of Mincha Dikti. Mincha Dikti. Okay, so therefore, a practitioner or follower wants to have vision and understanding, and that is really based on right view, at least in order to follow the path, follow the course, or even come to the real teacher. Okay? And if you don't have sort of right understanding, you don't select a good teacher. You have the wrong teacher. Okay. Then the other factors, except Samadhi, other factors of the path, 7 factors, lead the practitioner, guide the practitioner, disciple to destination of final goal. Therefore, right view is the forerunner. That's why, just like, in the Dhammapada, Chittavagga, mind is the forerunner. Pubbangama Dhamma. So, right view is the Pubbangama Dhamma. So, Pubbangama means runner, leader. When one discerns means sees. Sees means realizes. Right view is the forerunner. It becomes forerunner. How? When you understand. Wrong view as wrong view and right view as right view. That's very important. But if you get wrong view as right view and right view as wrong view, that is problem. If you take killing as right view, so it causes lots of problems. That's happening even today. So you should see wrong view as wrong view, right view as right view. Samma ditti as samma ditti with factual with reasons, and miccha ditti as miccha ditti as reasons with reasons. So wrong view, miccha ditti is that. So what is miccha ditti? So this is the Monday Lokiya miccha ditti. Mundane, okay, there's nothing given, no generosity, nothing given. Nothing given means even if you give anything, no fruits, okay, nothing given, nothing offered, donated, nothing sacrificed, dedicated. Okay, so you can't give anything, or money, or material things, dana, or dhamma, or any physical things, even dedicate your life. So no believe in that. Believe in means they believe that they nothing gain nothing from them. There is no fruit or result of good or bad actions. They don't believe in karma theory. So karma is not a theory or teaching that is invented, that is created, that is produced by the Buddha. Whether the Buddhas appear in the world or not, whether they preach Dhamma or not, whether you follow it or not, whether you believe or not believe, Paticca Samuppada is there, Tilakkana is there, and Kamma theory is there. So one gains good consequences or results because of a good karma, and bad karma, bad result because of a bad karma. Okay, so that is it. Sooner or later, this life or next life, you have to face good and bad results of karma. And there are 5 heinous crimes. Anantariya Papa Karma, that is their results are inevitable. So that is killing of one's own mother, killing of one's own father. So why? Mother first. So mother is the one whom you love greatly. So if one kills mother, so that is a heinous crime. Second, father. So that is patricide, assassination of mother, assassination of father. So what is the third? Killing of an arahant. What is the fourth? Schism, splitting the sangha, dividing the sangha. And the last is wounding the Buddha, hurting the Buddha. So these are the 5 heinous crimes that their evil consequences are inevitable. You can't prevent. Even you become arahant. Even you, that's how even Arahant Moggallana had to face evil consequence of killing his parents in a far previous life. So he had to suffer it, although he was an arahant. Okay, so there is no fruit and result of good or bad karma. That they don't believe in karma theory. Okay, even killing, no problem. There is no this world. There is no next world. That means this world, the sansaric life is not believed. And the re-becoming Punabhava is not trusted. No this world, no next world. No mother, no father. Life, actually you come into being because of the combination of your mother and father. And no spontaneously reborn beings. So what do you mean by spontaneously reborn being? Obapatika. Usually beings are born in the world, in the womb, because of the cohabitation of mother and father. or in eggs, okay, in water, and so on. But there are certain beings who are spontaneously reborn. How? If one dies this world and born in the heavenly world, so that is spontaneously reborn. You die and appear quickly there. You get visa quickly to a Brahma world, heavenly world. Or one dies here and after birth, because of loss of bad karma, evil actions, he is born, he appears in the hell, Avicii. So that is also spontaneous rebirth. So no one believes it. And what is the last one? And they never believe that. They never believe that there are priests. They say no priests, no contemplatives. Priest means those who have gone from house into houselessness, home into homelessness. They are leading ascetic life. Contemplatives, meditators, and progressing rightly and practicing rightly, they understood the reality of the world. They proclaim this world and next world. Just like the Buddha, and having directly known and realized it for themselves, that means they don't believe the four fruits. Sotapatti, Sakadagami, Anagami, Arhat. And no monks, no ascetics, and no those who have attained mental fruits, and no Buddhas, no Pachaka Buddhas, no Arhantas, no Anagamis. In whatever the reason is, no one has understood reality. So that is the wrong belief. So what is right view? Sammaditthi. So this is the mundane Sammaditthi. Mundane, Lokiya. It is opposite of the above 10. There is what is given, what is offered, what is sacrificed. Okay, so generosity, dana, chad is there. That means even there are fruits. There are fruits and results of good and bad actions. When one commits a bad karma, he or she has to face bad results. And good karma, good results. There's this world and next world. A sort of life after death. Actually, Buddhism doesn't talk about a complete rebirth or reincarnation, but it talks about punabhava, re-becoming. The consciousness we have it does not directly go to the same consciousness doesn't go to the next world. There's no such teaching. That's why the Buddha criticized or blamed Venerable Sati, who was telling that it is the same consciousness that transmigrated to next world. So he was talking about the transmigration of same consciousness, vijnana, to the next world. So it is not the Buddha teaching. Nacha so, nacha anyo. Not the same, not totally different. Okay? So it's difficult to understand by ordinary mind, useless. Just like, once you light a candle from another candle, the second candle flame is the same as the first. No, not the same. Is it totally different? Not totally different. So in the same way, so this world and next world, there's mother and father, and there are spontaneously reborn beings, and there are persons who have attained four fruits. Stream enterers, once returners, non-returners, and totally the purified ones. So there are such people and they have practiced rightly, understood rightly, realized rightly, and they are proclaiming, they are propagating it to the world for others to realize it. So these are the 10 factors regarding the mundane right view, sammaditthi. So shall we go for a short break? 10 minutes break?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
of course. Yeah, of course.
3
Yes,
now.
yes.
Right back here. Yeah, right back here at 8:50, nah? 8:50. So we have 12 minutes.